Right, operating systems. Have you really thought what they're about? Do you know what an operating system is? Maybe you are very familiar with the operating system, but you just don't see it as anything more than, the interface that's on your computer. Well, they perform so many tasks that we take for granted. Keep watching this video to find out more on what those tasks are. Don't forget to subscribe. And also, please download the free activity available in the description beneath this video. Enjoy. First of all, let's think about the computers that we use every day. I don't doubt you use your smartphone every day. I know I do. Maybe you use your tablet every day. Can't be without it. Do you use a laptop every day for work? What about your smart TV? So what do these computers all have in common? Well, they all use some kind of operating system. For example, my tablet, my phone and my laptop all have a different operating system. So potentially, I use 3 different operating systems. Operating systems that you may know, hopefully you thought of some, and I hope you haven't said things like Microsoft, because Microsoft is a company name, it's not an operating system, nor is Apple. Also, what you need to think about in your exam is copyright names, so you will not be mentioning any copyright names at all in your exam. You will simply just say operating systems and talk about operating systems in general. So, here's some operating systems for you. Windows. Now, Windows is basically a single user license operating system that can multitask. So it's on many computers across the world. In fact, I do believe when I last looked at statistics, which was some time ago now, 80% of computers around the world use Microsoft Windows. So we're talking more laptops, desktops, more than we're talking tablets. In fact, if you looked at tablets, I don't doubt the most common operating system is probably Android or iOS. Linux. Linux is used on some computers around the world. You may not have used it yourself. Personally, I've never used Linux, but I know they're mostly on server computers. It's free to download. Apple iOS, which would be, I don't doubt that the I would be interactive, and obviously OS is operating system. These are used on Apple devices only. Android. Android is mostly, I think, used on mobile phones. In fact, you wouldn't pick up an Android phone necessarily. That phone may be made by Samsung or so on, many others. Ubuntu is an open source free operating system that you can download on your computer. And then there's FreeBSD, which is Berkeley operating system. I think it means Berkeley Software Development. It's a free operating system for you to download. So here I've discussed 6 different operating systems, and half of those are actually free to download. This is known as open source, and there's much open source software available for you to use online, such as OpenOffice, which are open applications, such as word processing, spreadsheet software. So potentially you could actually load your computer up with free software. Now, looking at these, and you will be discussing these in the free activity that you can download, is these are all types of computers that you use in your house. All of these appliances here all have a microprocessor in them. So the microprocessor is actually the brain of the computer. So you would know this is a central processing unit, but these have got microprocessors which are much smaller. So all of these appliances here that are in your household, so as you can see, you've got the robot vacuum cleaner here, you've got an oven, a microwave, a washing machine, and a burglar alarm. These all have microprocessors, so they all have computers inside them, but they don't use an operating system. So think about that. So not all computers have an operating system. So without an operating system, your computer is merely just a bunch of wires and a bunch of circuit boards that won't do anything. So without your operating system, your computer simply cannot work. Okay, but then again, without the hardware, your computer cannot run any of these applications. So therefore, they all need to work together. Your operating system is actually the foundation of your computer, or the person in the middle, and they all need to work together to actually work. Your computer cannot function without an operating system, and also your computer cannot function without the software or the hardware. Okay, so they all need to work together. Your computer is nothing without the software, and the software is nothing without the hardware. So your operating system is incredibly busy. So imagine this person right here in the middle is your operating system, and these are the tasks that your operating system processes all the time. The human-computer interface. Now, what the human-computer interface does is that it looks at the colours, the graphics. So basically, you as a person can communicate with that computer. Multitasking. Your computer, your operating system is doing many things at once. It can have several different applications open all at once and all working together. So it can basically complete many tasks at once. Security, logins, passwords, that sort of thing. Now, your computer's not going to let anybody in unless you know the password, or it knows the password. So if someone comes along and tries to use your computer, unless they know the password, they're not getting in. And your operating system is in charge of that. Multi-programming, okay, similar to multitasking. So you can have, as I said, your Fortnite game open, your music playing, and your operating system is handling that. Batch processing. Batch processing is when all the tasks are saved until last, and then what happens is that your computer will process everything at once. So for example, if you shut your computer down, all the little jobs that need doing, your computer's going to do all those at once, all those last, so save doing them, like say thousands and thousands of times and slowing it right down, does them all at the end and says, right, okay, now you can close down. Error handling. So any errors that need fixing or any errors that you need to be aware of, then that's what your operating system does. Input and output control. So it can make sure that all your input and output devices are working and there's no errors. So for example, the small thing of using your mouse. Loading and running of software applications. Management of user accounts. Maybe more than one person uses your computer. So maybe, for example, you may have mum, dad, little brother, little sister at home, and maybe they've all got user accounts. File utilities. So those small little things you do, such as renaming a file, saving a file, organising folders. Your operating system helps you do that. That tiny thing that you take for granted, well, your operating system's doing it for you. Processor management, memory management, real-time processing. So as the information becomes available, it updates. Interrupt handling routines. My next video is going to discuss that. And I'll go back to this task slide here. Many other jobs, okay? So it handles so many things, okay, that we need to think about and that we take for granted. That is what your operating system does. Now, I hope this short video has informed you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Please do like my videos. Teachers, visit my shop on Tess and follow me on Twitter. And don't forget to click on the link for the description to download the free activity, where you can look more in depth to operating systems and really become confident on the different types that there are and what they're used for. So that way you can gain much more insight ready for your exam. So as I said, please do subscribe, and teachers, visit my shop on Tess, where throughout the year I'm going to be uploading high quality lessons and resources for you to purchase at very low prices. Thank you very much.